a look at a comparison between two strings in Java. As we know, there are overall two ways to compare values or objectives, equals or this double equal operation. What are their differences? When we are compared to strings, which one should we use? Or which one is better? First, let's have a look at the double equal operation. In Java, for primitive and non-primitive, it has different comparison methods. For primitive, it compares the values, while for non-primitive, it compares the address. So here are the primitive values in Java. They include int, byte, short, long, float, double, boolean, and char. And we need to pay attention that string doesn't belong to primitive values in Java. It belongs to non-primitive. So for equals method, the result of equals depends on the equals method written in this class of a string. So let's have a look at this method in string. Firstly, it compares the address, right? Because the double equal mark will compare the address for non-primitive values. If the address are equal, of course, the value must be equal, so return true. Otherwise, it checks whether the given object is a string. If it is a string, then it convert it to a string, and then convert the given object and the current string object to a char array here, and then loop the whole character arrays and check whether on each position of both values the character is the same. If they are not equal, then return false. Otherwise, continue the comparison until the end. After we finish comparison between all characters within these two values, we are still here, then it means the values are the same, so we return true. If the given object is not a string, we're going to return false. So let's have a look example. Here we define the 4 variables. They are all strings. For the first 3 variables, we just use an equal mark to assign the value directly to the variable. And the last one, we create this string with a new string method. Let's have a look at the address. So in Java, we can use system.identity hashcode to print out the address. Here is the result. As we can see, S1 and S2 have the same address. And although S4, the value is the same with S1 and S2, but the address is different. So we can conclude that if we assign a string with the equal mark without new the string, as long as the value are the same, then address is the same. In S3, of course, its value is different from S1 and S2, and address is of course different. So now let's have a look at the result of both methods. For double equal, S1 equals to S2, because as we know, string is non-primitive. Double equal will compare its address, as S1 and S2 has same address, so S1 equals to S2. But S3, S4 have different address, so S3 equals to S4 is false, and S2 equals to S4 is also false. But for equals method, as we just checked the source code of equals method in string, it compares the values of two strings. So here, S1, S2, S4 have the same values. They're all hello. So S1 equals to S2, S1 equals to S4. Also S1 equals to S4, right? Now we have the conclusion that for strings in Java, it's better use equals method to compare. Because if we are using double equal operation, sometimes it gives us the wrong value. For example, most of the time we might expect to get a true if we compare S1 and S4 because its value are the same, but it gives us false value. While if we use equals, it gives us the true value.